Right, well, hello all, and welcome to another RC Resto Workshop video. I call this one a video. It's more of an intervention because I think I have a problem. I can't stop buying wrecked cars that need restoring. I keep saying to myself, I'm not going to buy cars until I've done some more of the projects I've got. I then cruise on social media, Facebook Marketplace of all things, sometimes eBay, and I end up finding an absolute bargain, or what I perceive to be a bargain, and I go out and buy another piece of junk. Although today it's not this piece of junk, although this isn't really a piece of junk anymore because I've done lots of work on it, and a video will come on the channel for this car very soon. I like to think I've hit the mother lode here. I spent £70 on a Facebook Marketplace find. I didn't buy one car, two cars, three cars. I actually managed to get 4 cars for £70, and all of which are fairly wrecked, but have what I like to see as potential, but we shall see. Anyway, let's get this one out of the way, and let's have a look at the 4 cars I bought for £70. And first up is this, and this is my least favourite of the 4. And I'm afraid to say it's a Tamiya again, as are most of the cars I have in this on this channel. This is the, as you can see on the spoiler there, the Rising Fighter. Now this is just about the cheapest car you can buy from Tamiya, or could buy. I don't know if they're still available. I think you can still find them sporadically knocking about on certain model sort of store websites. This actually is an evolution of the Grasshopper, and although the cars share very little in terms of components, this bumper being probably one of the only components that they share, they're incredibly similar. Very similar concept, 2-wheel drive, rigid live rear axle, cheap starter kit. Now this one happens to just, I think it's incredibly ugly. I really hate the rear end on this car, and there's something I'm going to have to do something about it when I get around to doing this one. This one itself is, well, it's kind of complete. It's got steering servo that doesn't work. I don't know why that servo horn is not, servo saver is not connecting, but it's got one of my old favourites, the TBL EO2S. Electronic speed controller from Tamiya. It's got a motor, it's all there. I think it's even ball raced. So, not a bad little car. They are a bit cheapo. It's got oil-filled rear shocks, but the rubbish ones on the front. Friction shocks. Not a bad car. I think it's going to be interesting. I want to see if I can grow to like this car. And it will actually help me to make a video to do the progression of the Grasshopper sort of line of cars. Because this is kind of the final iteration of it. They've sort of steered away from this chassis setup now and gone to the DTO3, which I think is a much better car in many respects. But, you know, not a bad car. I just don't like it very much. So that's the first one. No body shell with it as well, which is frustrating. When I say that, I don't actually like the body for this car. It's quite ugly. So there may be some options there to fit a different body. I don't know. But we shall look at that in the video when we restore it, because it does need a total strip down rebuild. It's missing its battery cover, and there is a crack in the chassis as well. Right, that's that one. Now the next one is noisy gearbox, probably the pinion, no doubt, because it's a TA02 chassis. Now this is quite a rare one actually. This is the TA02 Tamiya chassis, which isn't that rare, but this is the actual dirt thrasher model. It's effectively a rebodied Manta Ray. I also have a Manta Ray which needs restoring, so I've got 2 TA02s that now need restoring. This is actually a Terra Scorcher body, ever so slightly different at the back here where you mount it, but the actual body shape is exactly the same as a Terra Scorcher. And I actually think this is quite a nice looking car. It's definitely better looking than the Manta Ray, and I don't know, it's up there with the top force, I think, in terms of this chassis, in terms of looks. And this one, I haven't really looked at it. It's all complete actually, apart from I haven't got a transmitter, but that's no big deal. It's got all the radio gear, including the second servo for the lovely old 3-step mechanical speed controller. So this is all original. I think this car came out probably in the mid-90s, a couple of years after, might be in the late 90s actually, I'm not sure. Someone please tell me in the comments. It's a carbon copy of a Manta Ray. It even has the same wheels. If you take the wing mount and the body off, it is a Manta Ray effectively. So I now have 2 of these. Not sure what to do with this one. It is filthy. I don't know if you can see that on the video. Very filthy, very dirty, but very original, and yeah, quite cool. Quite a rare car, that one. I don't see many of them around. No idea what it's worth. In this state, not very much, I wouldn't have thought. The bodywork, actually, surprisingly, is not in bad condition, so that might be restorable as well. Missing the wing, that's no big deal. Unlike the Terra Scorcher, this had a normal shaped wing, or sort of regular shaped wing, so I can find a new one of those, no problem at all. Problems, well, the tyres are perished, they actually have holes in, they're completely gone. And the for some reason, one of the wheels has turned yellow. You probably can't see it on the camera. These wheels are looking a bit yellow, so maybe it was sat in the sun on a shelf and the sun got it from one side, I don't know. Yeah, it's all there. Not too bad at all, actually. No idea if it's ball race, no idea what condition the gearboxes are in or anything like that. Although, actually doesn't sound amazing. Maybe it's got a bit of a warm pinion and spur gear, I don't know. So that's the Dirt Thrasher, which I'm pretty pleased about. Quite looking forward to that one. Oh yeah, it is noisy. Right, the third car is not a Tamiya. Yes, it's finally a car that isn't a Tamiya. That was a shell, not the gearbox. And it's this. Yes. Now, any prizes for guessing what this is before I say it is what it is? It's not a Tamiya. It's actually a Kshow. And this is a Pure 10 TF2 Spider, whatever that is. I don't know much about these cars at all, other than the fact it's a sort of mid-90s touring car made by Kshow, modelled on the DTM Opel Calibra body on this particular one. I believe they did nitro or IC powered Pure 10s. This is an electric powered one. We'll have a look at this shell in a minute. And not too bad. Belt driven, 4-wheel drive. And it's all there. It's even got a rather nasty cheapo looking electronic speed controller, but it may work, so we might use that. The belt's looking good nick. It actually looks like it's got a new drive belt on the rear and here, actually. That looks brand new. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. It's got the original Kshow Le Mans ST5 stock motor. I think that's what they're known as. And the only problems I can really see with it are this. There's something missing in this gearbox. This spur gear is really loose. Not sure what's going on there. The shocks are not nice. Weirdly, it's got friction shocks fitted, so these are a bit on the cheapo side. And one of the shocks is missing its little end cap on the end there. So yeah, they're a bit stiff feeling as well. I don't like them, but it's all there, and it's got lovely. The steering's nice and tight. There's no play in anything. Bit of play in that back wheel, and that, and so there is play in it. Actually, I lied. But nice car. Aluminium upper and lower decks. It's quite heavy. No battery in that, and it's quite a weighty car. So I'm wondering if we could make some FRP or carbon fibre plates for it or something, and shock mounts as well. Look, aluminium. But yeah, nice, decent quality car. It's got its original wheels and tyres. Shell is very... I've not actually seen one quite as bad as this. I'm not good at painting shells, and you'll find that out if you follow my channel and watch some more videos, because I will be doing some painting in some of them. This has got runs in it. It's hand painted. It's flaking off, and I don't think they ever really masked it up. They just sort of painted on paint. But it's badly cut out, so look at that wheel arch. It's all there. It's not in bad condition. I'm wondering if we could strip the paint off that and repaint it. do a little bit of work on it. It's still got its windscreen wiper, which is cool. It's still got its wing mirrors, which is cool, and it's even got its little radio aerial for the pit radio. It's just quite a nice shell, just badly done. Might be restorable, not sure. What I will say is stickers and this shell itself are incredibly expensive to buy. You can buy the sticker sets for them. I've seen one retailing at $70 US, and that is just too much money. I'm sorry to say, that is just too expensive for a car like this. So I have to think outside the box. Might be able to use a Tamiya stickers, because Tamiya re-released their Calibra, I think on a TA02 chassis, and possibly a TT02 as well, in different sort of guises. The stickers, because it's a 1/10 scale, may fit this shell. But quite excited about that one. Not a Tamiya, looking forward to getting stuck into that. And then we have the final car. And this is really what drew my attention to this bundle of cars. Now this needs no real introduction if you're a Tamiya fan. It is, of course, the famous Terra Scorcher. Now the reason this is special to me is because if you watched part 1 of my collection video on the channel, you will know that I have a re-release Terra Scorcher that I bought in 2020 because I got a real soft spot for these because it was my first ever hobby grade RC car, and it was the first car I raced with any success. And so when they brought the re-release out, I couldn't wait to get my hands on one because I really wanted to build a new one. However, I always had this hankering to have an old one because there are some differences. This is an original Terra Scorcher from 89, I think they came out, 88, 89, something like that. And it's really complete. It's all here. Even the tyres, it doesn't, I have to be honest and say, it doesn't look like it's had much use. The tyres are still like new, although they are completely perished. Sadly perished, but don't look to be very abused. There's not really much marking on the wheels. It's obviously been run, but not in too much angle. It's had a new set of tyres put on it. It's all here, and let's just pop this shell off. Still got its driver, which is nice, and under there is all the original ACOMS radio gear, the original black 3-step forward and reverse speed controller, as Tamiya used to call them, and it's even got a fairly old battery in it. So it's all here, it's all original, and it's all very lovely. The problem we've got with this one, as you can probably see, is I don't know if it's been in a shed or somewhere damp and attic or something, but it's suffered a lot of corrosion. You can just see on these, even on this wing, look, these screws holding the wing on, super corroded. You can see here the heatsink for the speed controller is corroded, and you know, just general corrosion and damage on all the screws and bits and pieces. Free cobweb there as well. I think that's a bit of spider web. So this has obviously been in a shed or, you know, an attic or somewhere damp, and has really suffered as a result. But as you well know on my channel, I love nothing more than getting stuck into a really tricky rebuild like this. And actually, for the most part, it's all there. So if we can clean bits up, then brilliant. I have got a few spares left over from my original one from about 20, 30 years ago. So should be good to get involved with this one, but very pleased. So that is my mother load of cars for £70, which I think, okay, they're not in good condition, but I think that's not a bad deal. Let me know if you think I've been ripped off, because, you know, I may have lost my head on this one a bit, but I think we've got 4 cars with lots of potential here to be pretty nice when I'm finished with them. So there we have it. 4 cars for £70. All of them are rubbish. Let's gloss over that fact. But nevertheless, it's 4 more 1/10 scale RC cars, mostly Tamiya, that I have to restore. I don't have to restore them, but I want to restore them. So let me know if you think I was royally ripped off, or if you think this was a bargain. And stay tuned, because there will obviously be videos on all these cars eventually when I get around to doing them. And all it remains for me to say is thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much if you have subscribed to the channel. Please do. Please hit the little bell thingy for alerts. More videos will come. I'm very, very busy at the moment with work. I'm setting up a business. I'm doing lots of other media projects. And I'm trying to fit this in as well as my family. So I do apologise if the videos come a bit slowly, but thank you so much for your patience if you have subscribed. We've got part 3 of the Grasshopper restoration coming up. We've got loads of other ones coming up. I'm going to do part 2 of my collection, which is also going to be coming on the channel very, very soon. If you like any of these cars, tell me in the comments which one you like best, and the most, the more people who tell me which one they like best, I will make that video first. But have a look at the collection videos as well, and if you like any of the cars in those or find any of them particularly interesting, and some of them are very, very odd, very strange, very rare, then please let me know, and I can try and get stuck into those as well. But thank you so much for watching. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, and please stay watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.